Hey, Jamie Turner here, back for another module in the GetResponse program. Glad you're here. Today, we're going to talk about what is CRM and inbound sales and why should you use it. Check this out. As mentioned, we're going to talk about what is CRM and inbound sales and why should I use it. Let's start with some definitions. Inbound sales is a personalized sales method that focuses on the prospect's pain points. The result is that salespeople are seen as helpers rather than sellers. That's a key point. We're shifting the dynamic so that your salespeople are seen as helpers rather than sellers. By changing the nature of the relationship from one of selling to one of helping, you can improve your conversion rate and reduce customer churn. In the end, what you're trying to do is use inbound sales and marketing as a way to nurture that prospect into your organization so that you can ultimately improve your conversion rate and in the long run, reduce customer churn. Now let's take a deeper dive into this. You're probably already familiar with the traditional sales funnel. People start at the top, they go down to the bottom. Let's take a look at the process they go through along the way. They start with awareness, they get into knowledge of your product or service, they then have a preference for it and start liking it. They dive in, get deeper and deeper on it. Now they have a conviction that this is the brand for me, and ultimately they purchase it. Now, how do you use inbound sales and marketing along the way to make that customer journey go smoothly? Here's how. You start out with a blog post, building awareness, just nurturing people in. They go to your website after that. They take a deeper dive into the website, visit a lot of the pages. Now they're starting to get to know your brand. They might sign up for a webinar. Once they've done the webinar, they start liking your brand. Now they're getting into a preference. You might send them a white paper. They might download a white paper on their own. Either way, that's a good indicator that you're making sense for them and showing them ways that they can use your product or service to better their own organization, which now you've got them hooked. Once they sign up for your e-newsletter, now they're convicted. Now they basically are looped in and ultimately can be drawn in to the purchase stage of the phase where you'll get customer relationship management in order to nurture that relationship and build upon it. All of this, of course, begs the question, what is customer relationship management? Glad you asked. CRM is a system for managing relationships with your customers. What do we mean by that? Well, CRM helps organizations keep all of the details of your leads and customers in one place so that it's easy for your team to get insights into the state of your business and the status of every customer relationship. In other words, you can look at data that says, this is where this customer is with us. They're a beginning customer. They're in the midstream. They're a customer that's been with us for a long time. Either way, you're able to understand more information about them by using the CRM tools at your fingertips. Now, according to Gartner, the CRM market will be worth over $40 billion in 2018. What does that mean? That means a lot of companies are adopting CRM as a way to nurture customers, keep them happy, and reduce that churn. It's a great indicator of things to come for now and in the future. Now, what's the bottom line in all of this? Studies show that organizations that implement inbound sales along with CRM outperform organizations that don't. So now that you know that inbound sales and CRM work for the organizations that use them, let's take a look at some action steps that you should do. All right, we're almost wrapped up, but there are three things that I want you to keep in mind as you move forward with all of these programs. Number one, you're probably already using some form of inbound sales or marketing. So the question for you is, are you tracking your metrics? That's an important question. Second one, are you going public with the metrics you're tracking? In other words, have you told people, here's how we're going to be held accountable on all of these metrics so that you can hold us accountable for everything that we're talking about doing? And then the third thing is, what are you doing to optimize those campaigns? Are you using best practices to make sure that your inbound sales and marketing campaigns are being optimized to their fullest? Now, that's just point number one. Point number two is, you're probably exploring different CRM tools out there. If you're not using one already, here's the key thing. Once you've selected a CRM tool, make sure you put it into use. There's no point in getting it and then using it just at the surface level. What you really want to do is go deep with your CRM tool and make sure you're using it properly and have people, again, hold you accountable for everything you're doing on that front. Now, third thing, and this is an important one, put together a SWAT team to hold you accountable for what's going on inbound sales and marketing as well as CRM. I've found that when you have status meetings about things, it forces people to be on their game, to be prepared, and to follow up on what they're supposed to do. It's a little trick, seems kind of simple, but when you have a SWAT team that's put together to hold you accountable for what you're doing and your marker points, you'll find that it elevates your game and ends up making your inbound sales program and your CRM program that much better. I hope that was helpful to you. My name is Jamie Turner. Glad you're here with us for this module, and we'll catch you next time.